So first, I have got to give some props to the dance warriors last night. I'm going to crown the king and queen of the dance floor last night, and they were without a doubt Lydia Prada. Stand up, Lydia. And Shepherd Neville. Lydia has got some skills on the dance floor. And Shepherd has some moves on the dance floor. But there were a couple that got to round out the court. So there were a couple of there was a dance prince and some dance princesses. Bill Fulton is a dance prince. Where's Bill? And then Tara Smith, and I think it's Suzette Rovleski from Regis. We're definitely the dance, we're holding it down last night. And then from TCHF, Michelle Ross had it going on. And then I want to thank Catherine Rosechild, who was our DJ from TCHF. And I can't tell if she was being assisted or being annoyed by Jahan Benton Clark from TCHF. Probably more annoyed. So we've got a few more hours. I know you're going to be just as energized when you leave here at noon as you were when you start. We started at 8 o'clock or 8:30 on Wednesday morning. Our moderator for the morning is Amy Latham. Amy is our VP for philanthropy at the foundation. She's been at the foundation since 2007. She's been a communications officer, a program officer, director of our portfolio for the health care and health coverage body of work. And I can tell you she is a rising star in philanthropy. And I am so grateful to have her, at my side as we go forward. The state is lucky to have her, and the foundation's lucky to have her. One thing I can tell you, though, about her that you should watch out for. She is a prolific liar. Okay, so I'm Tim, her husband. Are those new shoes? These? No. No. And is that a new outfit? This? No. You just probably hadn't, no. This isn't. So that I know, but that I can forgive her for because I do the same thing. So our morning is going to be great, and I'm going to turn it over to Amy.
All right, good morning, everyone. I don't lie. We just have different definitions of new. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of the Colorado Health Symposium. It is just wonderful to be here with you this morning. We have a fantastic morning ahead of us. We'll get to that in just a minute. But first, just want to reflect a little bit about yesterday, because, what a fantastic day we had yesterday. We started off with Jay Want sharing some really deep thoughts about community and the importance of community, and an uncanny impression of Jim Ignatowski from Taxi, which I thought was very impressive. Who knew, Jay? That was wonderful. Stuart Butler, I thought, did a great job of really laying out the challenges of breaking down the silos between healthcare and the social sector. I thought Amy Schall shared some really inspirational stories that I think prove the hypothesis that if a building can make us sick, then a building can also make us healthy. Really great stuff. And then Tiffany Anderson, wow, was she, she was just fantastic, wasn't she? The energy, the excitement. What I heard from her, what I took away from her message was just, we all need to be using our time and our talent and putting it to use immediately to make the world a better place for our kids. And what an inspirational message that was. And she almost made me want to trade in my heels for sneakers. Almost, but not quite. And then the panel that Jay moderated, I thought was one of the best ones I've heard at the Colorado Health Symposium, and I've been coming for several years. I thought Bill Egger's keynote was fantastic, really made it, kind of took us up and made us think about systems and how systems connect to really affect social change. I thought that was a wonderful, wonderful keynote session. I think we still have copies of Bill's book out on the registration table if anyone still wants to pick one of those up. I do want to say just a moment, I thought the reception last night honoring Dr. Virgilio Lacona was just such a fitting capstone to a day that spent talking about community and community engagement. I think for those of you who knew Virgilio, you knew his passion, you probably benefited from his wisdom. I just want to share as a staff member, you know, he was such a committed member of the Colorado Health Foundation board, and I have so many fond memories of Dr. Lacona really making our work better. But one of my favorites, and one that I think many foundation staff people will share with me, is, you know, when we would present recommendations to the board of directors, Dr. Lacona would, without fail, he would raise his hand, he would very gently and very politely ask if he could just pose a question or two. And 5 or 6 minutes later, after, you know, probably at least 5 or 6 questions and staff scrambling to capture all of them, we would realize that he had raised some really insightful and pretty pointed questions about our work, and I think really made it better. He will be missed. He will be missed. And then we danced, and that was a ton of fun. I got out on the dance floor a little bit. I do have to tell you, I have 2 boys that are here with me in Keystone. I have a 12-year-old and a 16-year-old. They were asking about what was going to happen last night, and I kind of described the evening's events, and I told them that we would be having a dance party. And my 16-year-old looked at me, and his eyes just sheer horror. And he said, "Mom, please tell me you're not going to be dancing in public." And I said, yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. He said, "Mom, you do know you dance like Elaine from Seinfeld, right?" And I mean, A, that's rude, and B, how does he know what Seinfeld is, right? Netflix, I guess. So now here we are, final morning of the symposium. I hope that each of you have taken Karen up on her challenge on the first day to strike up a conversation with someone you don't know. There are 170 plus new folks here. I hope you all have really enjoyed your time here in Keystone. I know that I have enjoyed meeting many of you, and you have added so much to this event. Thank you for being here. Of course, one of everyone's favorite things about the symposium is the networking. A lot of it does take place at the bar at the Keystone Lodge. But we also have a very vibrant online community, and I want to extend a warm welcome this morning to those who are joining us virtually. We've also developed, you know, we've added, I guess, to the Twitter sphere. I'm not a Twitter person myself, but I did ask, and I'm going to bend down and pick up this remote here real quick, because there are a few things I wanted to show you. Let's see here. See if I can get this up. So these are all of our tweeters. Can we just get a quick round of applause for all of the folks that have been adding to the online conversation about the Colorado Health Symposium? An amazing group of people. They ranged from really deep thoughts to some pretty comical ones. So I encourage you all to check out the tweets from the Colorado Health Symposium. We had more than 3,100 tweets this year using the hashtag 16CHS. More than 4.6 million impressions, which just seems astronomical to me. So that's been a fantastic addition, I think, to the discussion that we're having here today. And for the first time this year, we're streaming on YouTube. Our communications folks are fantastic. Carrie Gross in the back of the room, hi Carrie, helped me pull these stats, and also mentioned something I just wanted to pass along to all of the nonprofits in the room, that YouTube now makes its streaming service available free of charge to nonprofits, in case that is of interest to anyone in the room. We're also, for the first time, streaming on Facebook. So doing some new stuff this year. And after Karen told folks to get with it and download the app yesterday, we have dozens of you using that conference app this year, which is another exciting addition. So turning our attention to this morning, we do have an exciting morning ahead of us. We're going to get to the heart of the matter. We're going to continue to talk about community. We're going to continue to talk about social justice. And we're going to continue to talk about how health is everyone's business. My hope is that we can leave today with a better understanding about our own role in improving the health of others in our communities. Future generations deserve to grow up in communities where health is not at odds with economic growth and prosperity. We know that our children are more likely to succeed and less likely to walk around carrying adult problems when all community members have opportunities to be healthy and to be productive. This morning's speakers will present and perform what is at the heart of the matter, and in doing so will help us all behold what can happen when all of us do everything we can to build a bright future for our children, starting today, starting right now. First, we're going to hear some powerful messages about the keys to social justice: education, economic justice, legal justice, healthcare. And then we're going to hear a personal story of extreme obstacles of both environment and circumstance, and how our speaker, Steve Pemberton, rose above and succeeded with the help of a few people in his life. It's a message about resilience, about not giving up, and about the power of small, kind acts. And lastly, we're going to come back to where we started on day one. We're going to hear from the Flowbots again.